Hi, my friend, and welcome to Data Decision. This particular channel will definitely teach you everything you need to know about Microsoft Excel and as well Microsoft Power BI. This is an Excel dashboard. I'm going to show you how to create this. Before we get started, the first thing you have to do is to get the data downloaded to your PC and take a look at the business case right in here, which is very important. The most important part to take a look at is this particular part right in here where it says problem, followed by the role and the audience, which is who is going to use your report or your dashboard. After you have done that, you have to understand your data, so which will bring you over to data dictionary right in here to understand every single rows and columns. And after that is the business question, and as well you have to understand the KPI you have to actually create. So every single thing I've shown you right now is combined to actually have this particular dashboard right in here created, which I'm going to show you how to create from the scratch. So if you're very interested in learning how to actually, make decision with data, specifically using Microsoft Excel and Power BI, this particular channel will definitely help you to do that. So I'm always ready. I believe you are. So go ahead and actually download the resources file and actually get into the class with me. Don't forget to subscribe. It's very important. So see you in the class. Previously, before now, we have actually completed, this particular part of the dashboard, and it is something very simple in two different, videos. I'm going to link those videos on the description box. So go check them out. So the very first thing you have to understand is the business question itself right in here. So we have actually done this one here. We have done, I think, this particular one. So we are left with this particular one now. I'm going to highlight those ones we're going to do right now in a different color so that you can actually get it right. So let us go with something like this. This is our main focus now. So here, those two parts here are going to be our main focus. So the particular one we're going to be doing right now is the product opportunity metrics right in here, which is something very simple, which is going to be revenue versus profit share. And we're going to be learning how to use scatter plots to actually get this done. Now, before you go on and start doing it, you have to understand the data itself that we're going to use. So we have two different worksheets here, the product master and as well the sales clean reference here. So we are going to be needing to use these two tables, but the very first one you have to focus on is this one. And I presume that you must have actually gotten this one created if you are actually, in our previous classes. So you would have created this particular one here. So what we have done here is actually trying to, get to know what is the status of our stocks. Can you see that now? So go ahead and take a look at how you can actually create this before you actually join us in this particular class. Okay, getting back to our dashboard environment now, we have to go get this. And right now we just have to duplicate this particular one here and bring it down to this level. Then just fill it up to this level here. So now the rounded corner should be reduced a little bit, just like this. That is nice. So the next thing we have to do is to go over to our pivot engine here. So under the pivot engine here, we have to go ahead and copy this particular one. Please copy this very one here. This very one here, this month. Copy the month. I'm going to copy the month here. Once copied, we have to go all the way back to here and paste it down right in here. Then we have to take off this particular margin, and we are left with the revenue and as well the profit. Then I want to bring in my quantity into this. So here comes the quantity right in here. Okay, right now we have this. We don't have to create a scatter plot with this. Let's say we want to create a scatter plot with this right now. It's going to actually be very weird. So our motive here is to actually try to look at which opportunity do we have more between this. Let me show you. I'm going to take you back right into the business question over here. You see product opportunity metrics right in here. We have some products that are some kind of overstocked, understocked, and maybe within average. Then we want to see which one has more profit margin and which one has more revenue. So which one should we prioritize more? That is our aim. So to analyze such data right now, we have to come back to here right now. So once we are here, right away we are going to some kind of create something here. Then the very first thing I'm going to do is to create what I call profit margin. So how do we create our profit margin? I believe you still remembered. So just to do an equal sign, take the profit here and divide that by the revenue. Once you hit your enter key, you're going to have this value here. So copy it all the way down here. Get it right now? So here is our profit margin. So the next thing we have to do right now is that we want to know among all of these particular, okay, there is something we have actually omitted. We don't want to do this by month. Instead, we have to do this by product name. So which means over here, we have to take off the month we have in here, and we bring in our production name right in it, which is this very one. Can you see? So which will take us to go back and start copying this down until it fills down to the last product. So better. So once we have gotten this now, the next thing we have to do is to make sure we bring in the inventory status. You get it right now. So how do we bring this inventory status? Let me show you something. I don't just want to blindly create something and you don't understand why I am doing what I am doing. So if we come over to sales clean reference here, you can see over here we have what we call product ID that related this particular table to our actual product, table right in here, which is this particular one. And if I go back again here, you can see we have some other related things that can actually be used to actually get what we want from there. So what we actually want right now is to actually get the overstocked name and as well get it based on what? So get it based on product ID or the actual product name from the sales table. Let us go over here and scroll to this end here. We have the ID, so we have the name that relates these particular two tables together. If we don't have any relationship between them, there is no way what we are about to do will actually work. So we do have them. So for that, it's going to be very easy for we to get what we want. So now that you've understood what it is right now, I can decide to actually move this closer to where we are working on. Just move it. So can you see? They're not close to each other right now. So coming back to the pivot engine here, I want to bring in the status. And what are the status I want to bring in? It's going to be right in here, which is this particular part. You understand? So how do we match it? It's easy. Let me show you. So coming over here right now, there are several functions you can use. We can use index and match, VLOOKUP, and as well, we can use XLOOKUP. So I'm going to use the XLOOKUP right in here. With my XLOOKUP right now, it's telling me to look up value, like to get a lookup value for it. So where's my lookup value? Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Already we don't have to come over to this particular clean reference here to pick it up because we already have a pivot table created from this particular cleaned reference right in here. If you were in my first class, you would have known how we got this particular pivot table to be created. It was from here. Okay, now with that, it's asking us for the lookup array. So the lookup array right now simply means where is this particular product name we are trying to search, something from, sitting. We go over to this particular master, product master here, and we go ahead and reference this particular part. This is our catch right in here. So once referenced right now, make sure you fill it up down to this particular level, then put a comma on it. Now pay attention here, it's asking for the return array. Return array simply means what do you want to return? So what we actually want to return is actually this particular part right in here. This is going to be our return array. This is what we want to return. Now, if you place a comma right on it right now, it's asking you that if this is not found, what do you want? So if it is not found, give us nothing but blank. Then go ahead and close and hit your enter key. Now we have understocked right in here. I can go ahead and actually copy this down right now. This matches every single profit margin right in here and every single product names right here. So do you now see how the X lookup work right now? So this is exactly what you need to know. Now I want you to create this with me. So come over here. Let us just highlight this particular part with a different color. So let's do a black color or something like this. Then come over here and choose white to make it different. So interesting. So over here right now, we are going to bring in revenue. So inside here, we're going to do margin. And this margin is going to be for only under stocked products. You get it right now. So we bring in as well quantity, QTY for quantity, for only under stock products. You get it right now. So the next one we'll have to bring in here right now is going to be for what? Under margin, this one will be for the health, which is the healthy products, and we'll bring in the quantity for the same health, and we'll do the next one for margin. This margin is going to be for overstocked. Then finally, we go for quantity, QTY for the same overstocked. So I believe you get what I mean right now. So after having all of this here, what do we do with them? How do we go about them? So the very first one we have to go through now is this particular revenue here. For the revenue, all we have to do is to make sure we reference this and we hit our enter key. Then we actually go ahead and actually copy down. No formula is actually required, no function at all. So after we have done that particular one right now, the remaining one is going to be very, very easy. If I say very easy, I mean very easy. So we're talking about margin, right? So the margin we want to talk about here right now is that we want to pull the margin only when the margin here matches where we have understocked right in here. Can you see? So when we have overstocked and held, we don't want to pull anything right in. So how do we go about that? We just place our equal sign here. What can actually help us do this right now is the if function. So the if function will check if this particular one here is equals understocked. If that is true, what do you want to get in? We want to get in this. This is the margin. That was why I put margin over here. You get it right now. Otherwise, give us NA. Then you close and you hit your enter key. So it is true, it gave us. So just double click to copy down. Then this is what you have. Can you see? If you don't have it formatted as a percentage, just go straight up to this particular top and format it as a percentage. It's very important. So once I've gotten that right now, the next thing you have to get in here right now is the quantity. Please pay attention here because after all, we don't have to recreate this over and over again. I can recycle through what I have already created. So what I'm going to do right now is just to use the if function here to check if this particular one is equals the same under stock. Then if that is true, we want to return something from the quantity part right in here. Otherwise, give us NA. You get it right now. So you hit enter key, then you just go ahead and copy down. So this one you don't have to format it to percentage, it is normal value. That is beautiful. So once you have done that, we have gotten these two done. So we have to do for margin for health and quantity for health, margin for overstocked and quantity for overstocked. So what you have to do is just to come over here and copy this particular one. I told you we have to recycle. So paste it down over here, double click on it and change this particular understock here to health. Hit your enter key and copy down and you're going to have something like this. Can you see how easy it is? So do the same thing to this particular one. I believe this is not too complex. So do the same thing by wiping off what you have right in here and just type in this. Oh no, sorry. No. Click on OK. So over here we have to close the double quotes. So we just have to copy down. You can see how easy it is, right? So I can actually paste the quantity I have copied from here in here right now and change this one here to overstocked. Remember, that is for quantity. We have not done for the margin. So we can copy any of this. We can copy the margin from health, copy it. So you can see we are not recreating again. We're just copying and pasting what we have done before, then just make a little change. So here we do overstocked. So the next thing is for me to copy this down. Now we have everything required to create our kind of chart that will make the decision that we truly want to see. Okay, how do we now go about it? It's easy. Do you select this environment and create your chart? The answer is no. You don't do that. You get it. You don't do that. So right now I can just bring this down so that you can see it better. So we can now see everything. Everything is visible right now. So let me show you what you're going to do. Select a blank space. There should be nothing on it, just a normal blank space. And create a bubble chart right on the blank space you have actually selected. Go to the top ribbon. From here, click over Insert. Then come over to this particular part here and select this particular bubble. Then click on OK. So what just happened? Did we mistakenly select something? I think so. Remove it. Do we have anything sitting here? Nothing is sitting there. Just make sure you actually aim at a blank space like this. We should have a blank slate. I don't know why we have something right on it. Go to Insert again and do the same thing. Okay, now this was what I was expecting to see. So once you have this now, you have to make sure you bring it over here where you can actually have the visibility of all of this right in here. Now, right click over here, then go over to where it says Select Data. Once you have done that, you have to click on Add. Then from Add here, we have to name it. So you have to name it what is going to be on your legend. You're going to be starting from Understocked right in here. So name the series to be Understocked. It's very important. Then this particular x-axis here, you can see the x-axis here, we have to go straight up to this particular part, which is this particular revenue, and fill it up with our revenue. Once you have done that right now, for the y-axis, please remove what you have inside it first. Then fill it up with this particular margin here. Can you see now? From here down to here. Once done, for this particular bubble size here right now, we're going to fill the understocked quantity. Now, here we go. We have this. Then click on OK. If I move it right now, this is what we have. We have just plotted our understocked. Then we click on Add again. The next thing we are going to add right now is going to be the one that says Health. But before then, let me cancel and try to click on OK over here, and then move this particular one and even resize it to be at a place I can actually view it and view this particular part here. Then right click on it and go to Select Data again. Then click on Add. With the Add click done, you can move this anywhere. Then over here, we have to type in here Health. Then straight to the x-axis, we have to aim the revenue and fill it up. Then over here, I told you, wipe off what you have in there. Then now it is not the understocked again, but this particular margin for Health. Then once you have done that, aim this side, remove it, and the quantity for Health as well. Once done, go ahead and click on OK. We have plotted something else inside here, which is very interesting. Then the last one, go ahead and click on Add. Now we move this here. Right in here, we're going to do Overstocked. Then we do the same thing. Fill up this particular x-axis with our revenue. Over here, wipe off what you have in here and come over to this particular margin for Overstocked. Once done, wipe off what you have in here as well. Then fill up this particular part. So once you are done, click on OK. Then click on OK. This is everything we have to do. So before we talk about this, quickly we have to move this to our dashboard environment. Ctrl X to move it. And we bring it over here. We paste it down in here. So for the time being, I'm going to make it bigger to fill up almost the whole space here. Then we can talk about it. Don't worry, it looks ugly a little bit. So it's not actually clean, specifically the y-axis. We're going to fix all that later. What do we now do? I mean, how can we make sense with this? And what is the chart talking about? Because right now, to a layman or somebody who does not understand analytics, this is not making any damn sense at all. But this does make sense. This will actually help the management to actually make decision. But before we talk about it, let's quickly go ahead and right click, then go over to format axis. Once we have done that, we have to actually go to the label, go over here, choose slow. That will actually move this over here. Well formatted. Okay, so now looking at this right now, we are trying to find opportunities. That is exactly what this particular chart is all about. So maybe for you to get it right, we have to quickly name our chart first. Click over here now and chart title. On the chart title here, we're going to name it Product Opportunity Metrics. Whatever you want to name it is all your choice. Okay, let us now look at it. By main looking at this right now, where do you think the opportunity falls in? You can't tell, right? Okay, let me help you. Come over here and turn on the legend. Then move the legend to the bottom. So you can actually increase the legend to be much more bolder than what we have right now. Increase it. So interesting. Now, before we talk about it, let me just move this down. If you look at this particular part here, we have this particular part to be our understocked. That's red. So I'm going to match that. Click on this. It's our understocked. Control 1. Then let us come over here and select the color to match this. That is that. Let's go over here. For the health is green color. So we go over here for the health. We click on it and we actually match it with the green color we have used over there. Now, this particular one seems to be some kind of orange color, which is the overstocked. So we just select and we go ahead and locate the kind of orange color we have used there. So we have this better. So right now, maybe your question will be like, what sense does this actually make? Let me help you. You see, the management is trying to look for opportunity on the kind of product to prioritize. You see, understocked, health, and overstocked, they are all kind of products. So now, if you look at it from here right now, understocked products, are making lots of revenue, up to 8 point something million, in revenue, and it has the highest profit margin, 40% plus. Can you see? Can you see? In case you can see it better, let me help you. Do you see it? Do you see this particular part here? Do you see it? So this particular understocked right in here is the only status that actually went beyond 2 million in revenue. So the healthy stocked, which is the stocks that are still within average, they are not low, they are not overstocked, they are not understocked as well. They are actually sitting between 0 to 2 million. While this particular understocked product actually hitting 8 million and has the highest profit margin ever. So which makes it to be a priority? It simply means understocked products represent immediate sales opportunity. Customer wants them, but we may not have enough stocked in our store. So without this particular chart right now, there is no way we can actually see that this is having a lot of opportunity. I'm not just teaching you how to create a chart. I'm as well teaching you how to read the chart. That depends on what is being actually selected, in your slicers that you're going to actually have. This particular slicer is not connected. If this were connected right now, you see how things are shifting. So what do? We go over to this particular pivot engine and we scroll to this particular part. We click over here and we come over to this particular part here. We select here and we click over this and we just name it to product opportunity here. So once we have done that, we can go straight back to our dashboard environment and connect the monthly slicer to it. So report connection. Then we locate it. So here we go. Click on OK. You can see things are shifting according to what is being selected, from here. Can you see now? Can you see now? You can see this. This is what you need to know, how to create. So the next thing we have to do right now, I believe you must have understood how this works. We can resize this and make sure it sits quietly at this particular part here. So Control 1, then no fill and no border, like no border, no fill. So once we have done that, you see this particular gradient part of it here. I just want it, but I want to reduce the transparency. I don't want it too much, so we just have to reduce it. If you want to remove it totally, put it at, the minimum. So what do we do? I don't know what we did. I'm thinking, yeah, that is a line, of course. We don't want it at all. We have to change the color to, yeah, I think so. The color is on blue, that is why it's appearing too much. So just change it to this particular color. So now we have this. You see this line here? We don't want to keep it. What do? We go over to here and we take off the line. Interesting. Now, I'm going to come over here and shift it this way, then shift this particular one here, up. Okay, if need be, I can bring this one down and click on this one. You can decide to move it anywhere you like. I can actually move it here. That's where my legend will be. So now, you can't do this without naming the axis. Somebody must, as in your end users, must actually know what is going on this particular axis. What is actually on this axis. So how do you do that? It's very easy. Let me show you. So pick any of these particular cards you already used here and name it. So let us name this one profit margin. So with our profit margin here, we go straight up to the top and we actually reduce this. You understand? I love having italic on this. So once I've done that, I'm going to reduce it and make sure anyhow you do it is readable. So place it somewhere around here. So you might want to still go ahead and make it a little bit smaller. Then for the color, I choose something that will not overshadow the axis itself. Okay? So once I've done that, I'm going to actually duplicate it. Ctrl D. Then move this over, duplicated one, move it over here, and take it back to the position it were before. Now, over here, we're going to name this one revenue, or still net revenue. So for our net revenue, we just move it over here. So this helps people to read the chart better than just leave it the way it were before. Can you now see how beautiful this looks right now? Now, I'm going to move this to a place where we can actually, go back and take it later after all. So just bring this down here. And now I think I want to have more space utilized here so that this can actually look better. Just shift it this way. Shift it this way. Then click on this and move it as you want. Just click and move this way. So once you have done that, you can actually resize and make sure this one sits right here. So what I'm going to do right now is just to duplicate this particular one and bring it over to this very part here and do this. Then get this right in here. So duplicate it once again. So once done, bring this all the way down and this way. Then fill it up to this level here. Interesting. Now, we are almost at the far end of the dashboard. So this is what we're going to do. Let's get back to the business question here. Over here, it says which product are some kind of understocked and overstocked. I think we've understocked and overstocked. Okay, we're going to do something like this here. This is what we're going to do. Let us first of all create something. That thing we're going to create right now is not here. But after all, we're going to actually make sure we actually point the end users to what answered this question. Let me show you. So in this particular space right now, which is over here, What I'm going to show is going to be the top 5 products contribution plus others. You don't get it? Let me show you. So what I'm going to do is to quickly go straight up to this particular pivot engine here and copy this part from here. So once copied, we have to quickly move away from here. Then we are here, we paste it down in here. Can always go ahead and create a bridge between them. So we are looking forward to the highest revenue generated products. So here we have all of the products right in here. So our aim is to get a top 5. So what we're going to do right now is to right click over here and select filter, select top 10 and go over here and choose 5. Then click on it. There you go, you have it. So after having this right now, I'm going to come over here and say total revenue. So with my total revenue right in here, I'll reference my total revenue previously before now. So here we go. We have this value here. Do you get it right now? So what I'm going to do right now is to come over here, maybe beneath it here, I will now do top 5 orders. Do you see it right now? So maybe my top 5 now will be the sum of this particular value here. So orders right now will be taking this particular total, which is this one here, subtract it from this particular one. That gives you what is left. You see it now? Which is we are taking our total revenue, the whole revenue we have right in here. We're subtracting it from the top 5 and we have this. Do you get it now? So we can now say percentage share. To calculate that, what do? We take our top 5 and divide it by what? By the whole value. So we do Control 1, then we go over to percentage here. So we don't want any decimal number, we take it off. So can you see it now? 64% is what the top 5 is contributing. Can you see? So we can now create this as a chart. Then what chart are we suggesting now? Let's go to this particular insert here, come over here and select this particular chart. So once we are done creating the chart, Ctrl X to cut it and straight to the dashboard environment here. We paste it down. Once pasted, we move it over here. So our top 5 is the one that is carrying the big chunk of it, followed by the others here. Leave this. Let's just take off this particular part and presuming maybe I should just go ahead and reduce it a little bit like this and keep it right in here. Then over here, we have to crank up the size, top 5 and others. So then over here, we just have to add a title to it. Top 5 by revenue versus others. Okay, we don't want to even have this here. That is just it. We have something like this. So once we are cool with this right now, we can just go ahead and some kind of move it up a little bit. So double click on it and take off the fill color and as well the outline. So once you have done that, select this particular one. So our top 5 right now is based on revenue. So we're going to select the color that is peculiar to our revenue, which is this particular color right in here. I think it's this one. So if you can't get it, just click on this and pick the actual color we have used for this. I think the color should be found under here. Okay, this is the color. So we can now come back here now, select this particular one alone, then go over here, click over here, and here is the color. So once you have selected that particular one, for others, we have to get a color that will blend with this particular white here. So let's go with this one. So too dark, interesting. Now, we don't want to keep that one in focus. Once done now, the margin white line should be gone. So we just come over here, we see no border. So we have something like this. I still want to actually make sure it's not this visible. You understand? So we just go over here. And let us test this one and see. Okay, I think interesting. Then this is exactly what we have. So once I've gotten this now, we just have to make sure, reduce it a little bit. Then we come over to here, duplicate this one with Ctrl D, bring it in the middle, put an equal sign here, and go over here and pick up the percentage that's peculiar to it. So get this one and copy the same formatting for it. Get this. Once done, come over here quickly, the text option, or straight up to this particular part to make it easy. Select the same color we have used over here to match it exactly. Can you see it now? So this is not yet making the sense we are looking forward to getting from this particular dashboard. What we want to do right now is to actually add insight over here. So this is where Claude actually comes in. We mix AI with human brain, and that gives us something much more smarter than what you can just do. We can do this all by ourselves, but it's going to take time. So why do we have AI? You get it right now. This is what you can do to get recommendation from Claude. So now you're going to actually do Windows Shift and S. That will help you to take a screenshot of this particular part here. So once this particular screenshot is being taken, you must be signed in into Claude. You must have subscription to get this done. Otherwise, you might not be able to do this, but I'm going to show you an alternative to actually get this done. So here we go. I have Claude up here right now. Before I paste this in, because if I paste it in, this particular icon here will disappear. So I'm going to actually record my prompt first. I want you to look at the top 5 products by revenue I shared with you. So what I need right now is to actually write a recommendation. Before you write the recommendation, you can quickly go ahead and actually go into this particular analysis page or worksheet, which is where I have actually created the actual analysis right in, and take a look at what I've done right in there and use that to actually come up with your own insight. All I need to do right now is just a recommendation. So look at the screenshot, look at the analysis, and give the management a recommendation. Don't write too much, text for me. Make it very brief and straight to the point to actually point the management into what to do to better, make things right for the company. So I just randomly, do this. You can just record anything of your choice or say it anyhow you like to just get it best. So once you have done this, make sure this one is actually, accepted. Then go ahead and run this, right? Or it's going in right now. So before this one, is done, what I want you to do right now, if you don't have access to Claude, don't worry. I told you I'll always get you covered when it comes to having a free means to actually have this done. So let me show you. Just make sure you get this done. And this particular thing I've just done right now shows that this boundary here is only for this. What you're going to do for me is to do Windows Shift and S. With your Windows Shift and S, we want to take a screenshot of this particular part. So which means we're taking screenshot from here. Can you see this particular screenshot I've taken now? So the screenshot I've taken right now includes this particular part here, and as well this particular part here. Then GPT will know the cell to reference, the column to reference when you do this. You understand? We're not giving access to GPT to actually go ahead and do something inside our worksheet, but we're actually telling GPT that any functions and formula you write, when I paste it in here, it should actually give me something that I don't need to make any changes to it. So what I will do now, if I click over here, master product. So I'm here. I don't know what Claude is trying to do. Let's see. Let us move this way. Okay. So what Claude has done right now is actually just giving us this without putting it on what? On a particular cell. So let me do something over here. I want you to actually, write a recommendation on the cell I just selected right now in column C or row 22. So make sure the recommendation is actually right in here, and it should be very brief. And that's exactly what I want. Okay, as you can see, we have it here right now. Before we go to GPT and have it done on GPT for you, we have to go straight up to the dashboard environment here, have this one hidden for now, then go straight up to this particular one, Ctrl D to duplicate it, come over here, just do this and do this, then put an equal sign over it and go straight up to this particular part and pick it up. So now we have something like this. To make it human-like, this particular dash here, I don't want it. So come over here and just double click it and aim this one, remove it. Then hit the enter key. So let us go back here right now. We can see this is what we have. Then we can actually go ahead and increase this. Okay. So we can just make it this way. And I might want to actually match it with the color if I want. This is actually what I want to do. So I have it this way. So if I want to actually add something to my recommendation right now, I can just come over here, an icon. I'll just straight up to this particular part. I'll just double click on this one. I'll just go ahead and do window full step. That will actually bring up those icons for me. And I'm going to locate this one here. And once I've done with that, I'll just give it space, hit my enter key. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. This is how it looks. Right now, I can just go back here, double click it, no space. Okay, let us take a look at it. So here, if you don't want it, you can remove it. It's on your choice. I just feel like having it right in there. So this is exactly what you're going to have. You see this now? Going to have something like this. You can actually make sure it comes up or you leave it this way. Now, how do we achieve this same thing with GPT? Let me show you. So right in here inside GPT, go ahead and paste in that screenshot we have taken the other time. And right now we're going to actually ask GPT to actually do its work. So click over here. So take it again. Look at the screenshot and that I have done. So what I actually want here is a recommendation. This recommendation is going to be a dynamic recommendation, which means you have to actually reference the cells and the columns to write my dynamic recommendation for me. That will be dynamic, that will actually respond to filters. So go ahead and create. Make it very brief. Don't actually create too much text for me. So look at the analysis and give your recommendation. So here we go. We have this right in here. I'm going to copy this one. Once copied, let's go straight up to this particular part and click over the pivot engine and paste it. So I'm going to paste it right in here. So once pasted, you're going to have this. So Ctrl Z, put an equal sign, paste. Now remove the equals. Now, can you see now? This is what I'm talking about. I told you, you have to know how to do this and you need to learn from me. You don't have to start looking for the cell to reference. Automatically, it will reference the actual cells. So here we go. We have this. Let me come over here now and duplicate this one. Bring it over here. Put an equal sign to take a look at what GPT has given us. Reference this. Now look at it. GPT said top 5 products are strong revenue drivers, contributing 64% to 2.2 million naira of 3.2 total revenue. Management should maintain their performance while growing the remaining products. Over here, the recommendation we have here is that the top 5 SKUs drives 64% of revenue, but 4 of the 5 are understocked and 3 runs below average margin. Prioritize restocking this first, then fix pricing cost on rice and oil and beans. So let me tell you now why this one stand out. Claude is living inside Excel. So GPT is external. So GPT does not have access to actually come into Claude to know what is going on. But if you look at what Claude has done right now, Claude actually delved deeper than what we have on the surface here. Claude went into our actual tables and take a look at what we have there before Claude decided to actually made any decision. So I go with Claude. But if you are somebody that cannot pay for Claude, go with GPT. I have shown you how to use GPT to actually get this done. Okay, our final insight right now will live in here. So this time around, we're going to have insight and recommendation. What I'm going to do right now is to do this. Go straight up to Windows Shift and S to take a screenshot of the whole dashboard. Can you see it now? Of the whole dashboard. Once you have done that, bring back Claude again. This time around, record your prompt first. I have just pasted all of the dashboard I've created in the dashboard sheet. Go ahead and take a look at it. So what I want right now is general insight, from the dashboard. and as well recommendation. So create my insight separately for me and create my recommendation separately for me. So I don't want too much lengthy, insight and lengthy recommendation. Make them brief, like the previous one you have written for me. You get it right now. So make sure it is dynamic, like 100% dynamic. So make sure they're actually connected to the pivot tables and the analysis I have made previously before now. So to find my analysis, my pivot table, go to the pivot engine. That is where you actually find it. So my recommendation should be actually, should be created in the two cells I selected right now. The recommendation and as well the insight should be created in the two cells I just selected right now. So go ahead and create. Okay, you don't have to read through all of this. All you have to concern about is this particular part here. We have our insight, we have our recommendation. How do we use it? It's easy. Come over here. Now we can just go ahead and copy this one and bring it over here. Put an equal sign on it, and let's go straight up to this particular format, pivot engine. Then come up with the insight first. So we have the insight here. I can actually go ahead and fill it up to this level. So duplicate it, Ctrl D, and equals again, bring your recommendation. So here we go. So we can actually go ahead and crank up the insight. So once done, we go ahead and do the same thing to let us format it this way and copy and paste it over here. So I'm going to bring this over here. So what I'm going to do right now is that I'll come straight to this particular part and edit it myself. So where I have insight, I don't want to have insight inside it. I'll just go ahead and remove it. Hit my enter key. Where I have recommendation, I don't want to have recommendation. I'll go straight up and remove it. Then I'll come over here. I'm going to create my insight myself. Keep this over here and insight. You can see the style I'm using now. So here is my insight. I'll come over here and change the color for my insight. I'll make it bolder. I'll keep it down a little bit. Then we have to make sure we reduce this a bit. Do the same thing for this particular one. Then bring the insight, duplicate it, keep this right here. Now this one should be recommendation. Can you see it now? Then we can control it by moving this down. Take your time to actually do all of this. Move this down here. So if you want this recommendation to be right on this particular part here, you can actually bring it over here. But I think it's okay. We can leave it this way. So now we have just gotten all of this done and 100. We have something good. Just make sure you have a margin. Do this. And to have a good margin, do this. So this is what we have, a complete dashboard indeed. So the problem we have right now is that we need to actually add some couple of slicers and there is no space for it. What do we do? This is where we have to bring something different into the dashboard. Now we need to actually add some couple of slicers to this and there is no space for it. How do we go about that? It's easy. Go to the formatting area here. We already have the monthly slicers, right? So what I'm going to do right now is to go quickly over to the master product here. And inside here, no, not here. This one here, we have to look at what we're going to use. We can actually use category. So we want to actually get slicer for category. And we want to get slicer for region. Yeah, the region, which is category and region. Those are the two slicers we want to actually get. So how do we do that? Let's go over here. Now we can select this particular pivot table here. Then right click on it and go straight up to, no, not that. Just click on it and go over to where you have region and category right in. So we have a category, right click, add slicer. That is the first slicer. So once you have done that, make sure you're still within this particular pivot table. Then we go for region as well. We add region to it. Once done now, the two slicers should be moved from here to our actual table. dashboard. Paste it over here. Okay, now that we have gotten, what the heck is going on? Okay, we have it. Now that we have gotten our two sliders in here right now, let's go straight back to this particular part. So we have to name every single pivot tables we have created. So this one now should be named by going over, click over the pivot table, then go over to this particular pivot table, go over here, click over here, call this one top products. Then we scroll through to the next pivot table. We have named this one before now. We scroll. This one now should be stock. Just name this one to stock. This one should be region. Very importantly, we name this one to region. So scroll. Then I think this one should have been, okay, we've not renamed it. So let's say month. This one now should be filtered month or changed month. Let us name it to changed month. So the reason why I'm doing this is that there are months I wouldn't actually affect, like this particular month right now, we don't have to change it. But this particular month, we are going to affect this month. So it's actually going to be cool. So for this particular month here, we're going to name it a month we're not going to change. So if you come over here right now on changed months, for a reason, don't worry. Once we start adding sliders, you'll see what I'm talking about. So over here, under changed month again, change months 2. This under unchanged again, unchanged 2. So please just follow me step by step to get this done. This under changed months 3. Okay, then this one here should be unchanged. So once we scroll over here now, then this one has been named before to KPI. Then we can now go back to our dashboard environment now, which is over here. So we have to scroll all the way down to bring the hidden month up. So it's going behind any of these charts here. Right click and bring to front. Interesting. So now we can right click now and report connection. Once we have done this, we have to widen it. Take a look at everything here. So all the changed months are connected, which is fine. Unchanged month are disconnected, which is fine. Region should be connected as well. Then everything is actually 100% done here. So take a look at what I connected it to and what I did not connect it to. Make sure you do the same thing. So once done now, so we have to go to region. You understand? So go to region here, right click and do report connection. So with our report connection on region, do this. So we have to average. What we're going to subtract from it right now, place this filter on those ones. Then KPI, all demands, opportunity here, region no. So we're subtracting from region. Every other thing here should be connected. Then click on OK. So we are doing the same thing for category. So we are actually placing sliders on all charts, and if we have any categories chart, we are going to exclude it. That's the reason why we named all our charts, so that we can know which one to subtract and which one to include. So just go ahead and select every single thing you have right in here. So here we go, we have this. So let's say I select a particular region, maybe the northwest. Now let's see what is going to happen. You can see my whole dashboard updates to the northwest. North central, my whole dashboard updates to the north central. So this is one assignment I'm going to have for you before our next class. If I don't select any month here, I'm going to have some errors in here, and those errors are normal. You understand? Can you see what I have right here right now? Those errors here are some kind of 100% normal. So what you need to do right now is to use error handling to actually wipe off these errors and show blank. Nothing should show up there, because what we have configured is that except if there is a selection, don't give us the month-over-month change. So right now there is no selection, it's giving us this. I'm giving you that as an assignment. Then go ahead and solve that. So let us fix this particular part here. You see this part? To fix it, right click and go to report connection. Slider settings. Then once you have done that, come over here and hide any item with no data. It's hidden. So once that is hidden, let us do something now. Let's go over here and go to slicer and turn this into 2 columns. Interesting. So once I've done that now, let's go to the top, go to insert here. From insert, click on this and click on shapes and pick up this particular shape and do this. So we're going to make this way and go ahead and do this. So we're going to keep it this particular one over here. But before then, let us make sure we bring this one. Let us make it control 1. Not pure white, but some kind of something that will look nice. Okay, let's go with something much more darker than maybe like this one. Okay, so once we're going to actually make sure we hold our control key to select all the 3 sliders we have and bring to front. Once I've done that, individually we're going to select those sliders and place them over here. So this one, I'm going to make it 2 columns. So select slicer, 2 columns. Then do this and do this. Select this particular one. Let's go with 2 columns. Bring this over here. Then go ahead and do this. Then this particular one, let us make it 3 columns. Bring this over here. Then let's go ahead and do something like this. Select what is behind it, which is this particular panel or that shape. Select the shape and do this. Now select the shape again and bring it down this way. Okay, so what you can do right now, if you want to have the actual color to match this particular one behind it, you have to know the color you have selected from here. Can you see this particular color? Go ahead and copy the color code. More colors here. Copy the color code. Once you have done that, click on any of the slicers. Then go over here, slicer, right click on either of this one and go ahead and duplicate it. Duplicate. Then go to the whole slicer here, click on format, then click over this border and say no border. The fill color, choose more colors, then choose custom, then paste the color you have copied, then click on OK. Click on OK. Now selected item with data, click on OK, click on border, no border, fill, more color, then paste in the color you write in here. Then click on OK, click on OK. Then we have to go back. We made one mistake. Click back on that particular part and click over here. Then we choose to have it on white. That is on that selected color, selected item rather, with data. On selected item with data, click on this, and over here we're going to select not white, very brighter white. Select this one, and over here we say no border. Then we still go back again, click on more, click on custom, over here, paste this one over here, paste this, and click on OK. So header here, we have to select, and our header, we come over to border, and the header has border, we say no border. Now we decide to choose a border for it, but this time around we are choosing a lighter color, which is going to actually blend with the color that we have right in there, this one here, and I think it's going to be the down one. Select this particular part yourself. So maybe you make it, okay, just leave it this way. We can come back and adjust it. Click on OK. Now, hold the control key to select all the slices. Go to the top ribbon, then select this particular one. This is what you have. But there is one silly mistake we have made. Our header title, there is no color for it. Let's go back. Now, right click over here and go to modify this time around. Then go to header, click on font, then let us click on font here and choose this color for it. Click on OK, click on OK. Can you see now? We have it this way. So when there is a selection, we have the one I selected to be much more visible. But I think it's not that different. What I'm going to do right now is to go all the way back and right click over here, go to modify, and now selected item with data is already visible. I'm going to go ahead and click on it and put it on bold. Click on OK. On selected item with data, click over here, then go over to here and make italic. And over here, we select something like this. Then we click on OK, click on OK. Now, can you see? This one now stands out. It stands out. So once you have done that, select everything and select the panel or the listing behind it. Before then, let us make sure we align it properly here. Proper alignment is very important. Then hold the control key to select all the 3 slices down to the shape and right click. Then once you have done that, go ahead and group. You understand? Once grouped right now, you cannot keep it right in here. You get it right now. Keep it right in here. Or any place of your choice. You can keep it at any place of your choice. Right in here. So before then, let's go straight up to here. Illustrations. Now shapes. Okay, not shape. Just copy this particular one here that we have already before now. So I don't know if you have created this particular one. It's very important. You should actually have it. Just keep it over here. So we're going to type in here, open slices. So I'm going to come over here to turn it into white. Or we can actually do toggle slices. You understand? So I'm going to do, so here we go. We have toggle slices over here. So I'm going to keep it right in here like this. So now what we have to do is to record our macro. We can use Claude to write our code for us, but the easiest one is to actually record our macro. How do you do that? So now you want to make sure we select this one here. Before then, let us go over to here. So now make sure you select this and come over to the top ribbon here. On the search bar here, search for selection pen. Then here, every single object you have inside your dashboard, they are all here. So our main focus is going to be on this particular one here. If I do this now, can you see? We can toggle between these particular these particular 3 sliders here in one place. You understand? If I want to actually put off the month, can you see? The region, then this. But we're not interested in putting off any of them. We're just interested in doing toggle between this one here. So what we're going to do right now to make it once and for all, go to the top ribbon here, then click over the developer, then record macro. Then name your macro to toggle underscore slicers. Then click on OK. Once you click on OK, you have just accepted to record your macro. Do this. It's recording right now. Whatever you do right now will be recorded. Don't click something else you don't want to actually be included into your macro. So just come over to this particular one here. You can select it to know which one you have to toggle. Put it off and put it back on. That is all. Once you have done this, let's get back to here and click over here and say stop recording. Once you have done that now, to have access to what you have recorded, we can close this one for the time being. To have access to what you have recorded, what do? You go over to here. You now click over this particular part where it says Visual Basic. So here we go. We have this. So we can start looking for what we have recorded right in here. So can you see this one? This is what we have recorded. So the name is toggle slicer. So true and false means on and off. So we don't need to even know anything about this one. We have recorded it. We don't need to make any changes. Just go ahead and close. Then over here on the toggle here, this is what we want to use. Right click on it and go over to where it says assign macro. Then we go ahead and double click on this. It has been assigned. So every single time we want to use our slicer, we toggle here and that to actually show and hide our slicer. So the problem right now is that it's not working. You understand? It's not working. So how do we fix this? That simply means we have to go back here right now if it is not working and just go ahead and copy this. So we have a friend here and that is going to be our Claude. So paste it on Claude here and before you even paste it, cut it, record your prompt. I am going to paste a macro for you. So fix it and make sure it opens it toggles between this particular selected object right in here. That is what I want to toggle. So if I click on the toggle slicer, it should actually have it hidden. If I click back on it, it will actually show it up again. That was what I have recorded, but it was not working. Go ahead and fix the code and make it work. So I'm going to paste this over here right now, then hit the enter key and run it. So it's going to actually refine the code and actually give you the one that will actually work. Then we can now use it by going back and pasting the one that it has actually written for us. So if you don't have access to it, let's go back to GPT right now. So inside GPT, just go ahead and record your prompt over here as well. So now I'm going to paste it right in here. Once pasted, just go ahead and add your prompt. I want you to actually make this work to toggle object on and off. So hit the enter key. It will actually go ahead and correct this. So before this one works, let us go ahead and take a look at what Claude has done. Let's see. Over here, Claude gave us this one. Let's copy this Claude's version and let's get back to here, developer, Visual Basics. Then paste this one over here. Go ahead and close, then toggle. It's working. That is for Claude. Let's see if GPT can give you the same thing. Let's get back in here. Copy what GPT has written for you, this very one here. Let's get back and do this. Wipe off what you have here. Paste GPT's version, then close it. Still toggle. Both of them are working. So choose whichever one you feel like is cool for you. So both GPT and Claude works. So Claude's own is a premium version. If you don't have access to Claude, I have shown you the alternative on what you can do to actually have the best one. So choose whichever one works for you. And this is exactly what you can actually do to have this dashboard created. So now we can toggle between them. You understand? So we're going to submit this to our management, and if we have any issue, I'm going to come back and show you exactly what you can do to actually have it fixed. But for now, we have done at least the best work to actually make sure all those particular questions we have right in here under the KPI and as well under this particular part, which is our business question here, they have actually been answered. The only question that is not answered yet very well to my satisfaction is this particular question right in here, and that was why we have this particular click to view details in here. So watch my next video on how I am going to actually address that in the upcoming video. So make sure you subscribe and don't forget to actually like and share, and if need be, your question is very important. Leave a question, and if you don't have anything to say, just say thank you in the comments.